All right, I'm just going to click record. Excuse me, I'm like morning throat right now. Clicking record, guys. Definitely wanted to do this check-in today to not just to hold you guys accountable towards the Girl Boss training, but to also check in and see where you're at, see where I can help you to grow, as well as maybe questions you have or aha moments you've had. Basically just an opportunity for us to share. But it looks like it's not the best time for all of us to dive onto this, and so that's okay. So what I wanted to do was just record this anyway. I'm going to make it very quick because of that, because I was honestly going to only make it 30 minutes, respecting and valuing your Saturday morning time. So I was only going to keep it about a 30-minute conversation, but it was really going to be about you guys talking, not me. So I was just going to facilitate the questions and have you guys kind of all fill in and respond and just share and grow together. So that was my heart. That was kind of where I was headed with this. Unfortunately, plans don't always work out, so you got to always improvise, have plan B. So my plan B is I'm just recording this. It's going to be very short, but the idea is I want you to listen to this very quick video and then do me a favor and let's use the comments as a way to answer those questions, right? Hoping that you'll still be authentic and real in the comments without fear of maybe, what other people are going to think when you actually have to type it out. So first thing is I was going to have everybody introduce yourselves, tell us your name and why you became a coach. So I will tell you guys, obviously my name is Brittany, you know me, hopefully. And why I became a coach, I decided initially to become a coach because I needed like that something extra. I already had a million things that I was doing, but I needed something that could fill me. And I honestly needed a side job. I needed something that I could make an income from. And so my goal from day one was that I was going to run this as a business. It wasn't so much about my fitness journey because although my fitness journey has gone a long way since day one, it really in the beginning was about making this a business. So I dove right in, tried to learn everything I could about the business, and just have been working for 3 years now. It has molded why I'm a coach still, why I don't give up on the days when it's hard, why I show up at 5 a.m. Pacific time on a Saturday morning and set my alarm for 4 a.m. on a Saturday morning, is because I know what this does to people's lives. I know how it changes people's hearts and mindsets, because that's what it's done for my life. I wouldn't be where I am right now. I would be on a very dark and ugly path. Because of Beachbody, it's allowed me the freedom to kind of recreate that for myself and to be happier, healthier, and get to inspire other women along the way to also do that. And watching that unfold in their lives it's just priceless. So that's why I continue to be a coach even at 5 a.m. on a Saturday. So I want you guys to go ahead and tell us why you decided to become a coach. That's question number one. Why did you become a coach with us? Next question. I want you to really check in with us on what day you're honestly on right now. So what day of the Girl Boss training are you on? Some of you have completed the training. Some of you are still at the beginning of the training, and that is okay. Some of you are about midway. Wherever you are, I just want you to hold yourself accountable today that's the day that you're either on, or I don't want to say still on, but I'm going to say that. I'm going to give you a little tough love here. If you're answering in the comments that you're on day one, let this be the last day that you're on day one. Remember that this is a 10-day self-paced training. And if you've been in the group longer than a month and you're still on day one, we've got to figure out why. So that was going to be my next question. Wherever you are, and some of you, this might not be applicable to, because maybe you dove in and you went through the training and you finished it and you're done. But if something is holding you back, I want you to really dig in and identify. So I'm asking the tough questions this morning. What is holding you back from just doing the 10-day training? Because the reality is you could make the choice today on Saturday to finish all 10 days and have that set of knowledge and that information in your belt. The thing that's unique about Beachbody is that, I tell every single person that I talk to about the business, I tell them that I am never going to leave their side. I will run with them if they want to run. I will walk next to them if they want to walk. I will match their pace for their goals, okay? But I don't match other people's paces for my goals. Just like Emily, my upline, I don't expect her to stop her progression if I stop, right? And so the reality is this is a self-paced, self-run business. You decide how fast you want to run in this business, and you decide how fast you don't want to run, right? And it's up to you, and there's no right or wrong answer because it's your business. So I'm not giving you what I think you should do, but I also know that this business doesn't work when you sit still. And I know that from experience. And so if you are in that training, that means at some point you voiced to me that you want to grow a business, or that you'd like some side money, or that you want to do what I do in those challenge groups and support people on their journeys. And so I wouldn't put you in these groups and push you to train if I didn't know you wanted it, right? And so at some point you have voiced that to me, which has allowed me to then decide that that is a great place to plug you into. Now, those trainings are essential. So if you haven't really put your feet into the water yet with this business, or you're not feeling like you're exactly where you want to be in this business, or you've been dabbling back and forth, guys, the reality is it's the basics. And so even for some of you who are a little bit more veteran coaches, the fact that I'm plugging you back into the basics tells you just how vital and crucial those basics are. So be honest with yourself and honest in the comments. What day are you on? If something has been holding you back, what has it been? And today, let that be the day that and I'm going to give you another little bit of tough love. I know the thing is, the ladies who are part of this training, who I've plugged you into the Girl Boss training, I love each of you dearly. Like, I see the world in you. And so you have to know that this comes from a place of love and not a place of scolding or anything like that. But after you tell us what is holding you back, let that be the last time you use that as an excuse, okay? Because the reality is, if you say, oh, I got busy with this, or this happened in my life. Yeah, I get it. I've been there and I battle that every single day, just like the rest of you. And there's coaches out there that are also battling real life stuff, right? But it's a choice. It's a choice of how you plug that in. Those trainings are as quick, honestly. And for the people that have gone through and done, a couple days or have done the whole thing, I'm sure they can attest to this, that the trainings are not long. They're very quick. And so it's a choice of, should I scroll social media today, or should I do that training real quick, right? And it's one or the other, honestly. So we're not talking about like a big commitment here, but I want you to get those 10 days and that training, that basics under your belt, so that those initial questions of how do I do this, and where do I find this, and what is this, those initial questions are gone, right? This is the way that I plug into you, is I give you those trainings. Again, this business is self-run. So and this is kind of why I like the Girl Boss training, and it's self-paced, and something you can learn as you start adding people into your downline, into your teams, is that if somebody won't take time to do a 10-day training on their own, they're not going to run this business on their own. They'll never post on their own. They probably won't you'll always have to hold their hand, right? And I am not in the business of holding hands. I'm in the business of encouraging, meeting somebody where they need to be met, setting goals with somebody, and working to push them to achieve those goals. But I don't hold hands and drag people through the mud. If somebody needs to be pulled through the mud, then they don't have the fire that I have, right? And so that's just where I'm at with that, and that's my personal style with this. So I want you to know that I want to hold you accountable for that. So tell us what day you're on, what has been holding you back, and then how can I help you? How can we, in this support group of Girl Boss trainers, right? We're all in this training together. How can we support you? And even if you finished it, how can you be supported now? What are your next steps? What do you want coming out of this training? Guys, momentum builds momentum. Okay, this is just physics. This is just science, guys. But momentum builds momentum. So the more we move, the more we're going to move. You know what I mean? And it's really not anything that crazy, but it's like, oh yeah, that makes sense. I posted something the other day in our team about how if I just did 1 hour, like if I went to the gym for 1 hour on Monday and I crushed it, like Monday was awesome. I crushed an hour in the gym and I felt good about that hour. And Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, Saturday, Sunday, I didn't go back to the gym. Do you think next Monday I'm going to feel good about getting up and going to the gym? And that hour's going to be painful. And I'm also going to be mad come Monday because when I lift up my shirt to see if I have abs after my hour workout, I probably don't, because I didn't work every day consistently. So it's not even about plugging in an 8-hour day as a Beachbody coach or anything like this, but it is about consistency and that movement every single day, whether it's I make sure I add friends to my network, or I make sure that I'm in conversation with new people and ask them how their day's been going and how are you, or I've been thinking about you. Even if it's just that, guys, that is more than doing nothing. Just doing, if you are a working coach, of course you want to be a proof of the product, but simply only focusing on your health and fitness journey does not make you a working coach. So all of you here have told me at some point that you want to work this business to some capacity. And so this is what it takes. This is what we've got to do. These 10 days are where it's at. So that, I think we're good with that. I went on like a major tangent there, so I do apologize. So again, with that one, you're going to tell me what day you're on, what's holding you back, or what has held you back in the past, and how can we help you, okay? Next and final question. And this one comes with like it's going to grow. It's going to grow with it. So what would you like to, so my whole thing is after this call, after hearing all of us, after getting to share all of this together, what would you like to accomplish today? Saturday, November, 12th? 2016, today. What would you like to accomplish today? For me, what do I want to accomplish today? I want to accomplish five new invitations to Cours de Force, and I'm not there yet. And that's stretching my comfort zone. It gets hard sometimes to, like, I know in this business, it gets hard. You're like, oh, who else do I talk to? And I'm stretching myself today thin, but I'm going to commit. And I'm telling you that. So what would I like to accomplish today? I'd like to accomplish that. Why? Because this week, my volume the last 2 weeks has been very great. It's allowed our family to put some money into savings. It's allowed me to pay off some credit card debt and still have some money in my pocket to go buy a tank top at Target. Like, it's been good stuff, right? And so I want that momentum and that volume to keep going. I don't want to have a lull in my week. And I know the only way I can control right now, not having that, is to continue getting challenge packs out there and selling people the gift of health, right? Allowing them to believe in themselves before that new year rings in, and feeling part of something bigger than themselves that they're going to want to blast into the new year just screaming about. So that's what I want to accomplish next week, is I want my volume's been like 800, 600. I want it to be in that same area, 800, 1,000. I'd love it to be there. So I've just got to keep working. What do I want to accomplish this month? Well, my goals that I had set for November was to be at Success Club 20. Right now I'm currently at 12. So that means 4 more lives changed that I need. And that's a big stretch goal for me, you guys. Success Club 20. I don't even know, honestly, the last time I hit 12. Like, honestly, this month has been a gift and a blessing. I'd love to add 5 coaches to our team. Currently, we've added 1. I would love to get 4 more added in. There's 2 books I'm trying to read this month, Present Over Perfect and The Miracle Morning. I would like to get to the end of the month and have earned $1,000 this month. I would love for our Run to Your Happy Place community to have over 2,000 followers, which I haven't worked on too much, so I need to work on that one a little bit. And then my new Connections Daily, committing to those 10 new Connections Daily. I'm doing that and focusing on this new morning routine that I've created for myself before I even plug in. So that's my month. That's where my goals are this month. So in order to kind of figure out this month, obviously I have to reverse the week and I have to reverse the day, and I have to make sure that everything I'm doing gets me to where I want to be at the end of the month. So what do you want to do by the end of this month? Maybe it's, I want my shakes to be paid off. I want to make sure that I break even. Well, that's going to be 3 people that you have to help. You're going to have to help 3 people on their health and fitness journey to get started. Maybe your goal is that you want some extra spending money for the holiday season, right? So you might have to work a little bit harder than that, pay off your shakes plus some more, right? Maybe your goal is just that you want to get out there and present the business at least once a day to somebody that you've been thinking would be a rock star coach on our team. Okay, so what does that take, right? So just figuring out that for you, that is your deal. Maybe this month you want to figure out the ins and outs of coaching. Maybe this is the month where you're like, this is when I finally figure out what a Beachbody coach is and does, and I figure out the stuff, right? And so the training is where it's at for you. But you've got to figure out what it is you want and draw the line in the sand today for that. And then what do you want by the end of 2016, guys? We have 7 weeks left. We've got a really awesome group starting on Monday with the end of year 5-day success challenge, where we're going to look at the year. We're going to look at what was great about the year. We're going to look at what was not so great about our year. And we're going to look ahead to the next year. But we're also going to look at this little bit of 7 weeks, this little stretch we've got that most of society would just say, you know what? It's 7 weeks, but I'll just wait. I'll wait for this to clear. Like 2016 wasn't great, or I didn't hit this goal, but you know what? In 2017, I'll do that. Now, yes, in 2017, we're going to dream big and we're going to figure out what we want to do in 2017, but we're also going to fill in that gap that we have right now. Because there's a gap between where we're standing today and our dreams for 2017, that like fire to start. And I want to fill that gap with more success. So that's kind of the idea behind next week's 5-day group. And it's still open to be added into. If you haven't been added in, you just let me know and I will plug you into that group. But the last and final question, tell me, what are you going to do today? What do you want to accomplish this week? What are you going to accomplish at the end of this month? And what do you need us to hold you accountable to accomplish by the end of 2016? Guys, this is your chance to dream big, to stretch yourself. It should be scary when you hit send. So thank you guys so much for taking the time to pause in your day to either be on live with us. Thank you, Kaylee, so much for being on live with us. I apologize that it didn't work out the way that I had envisioned, but plan B. So if you're listening to this recording, please make sure that you drop below your comments to all of this as soon as you have a second today, so that we can really get that dialogue going. And again, this is meant to grow you. This is meant to better you. This is meant to fuel you to want to go that extra stretch right now before we finish 2016. All right, guys, thanks so much. Have a wonderful Saturday. I am about to go back to bed. Bye, Kaylee.